Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach, and today I'm talking about a woman's feelings when she realizes she's lost you. So basically what a woman is going to feel when she's lost you is she's going to be afraid. Okay, she's going to fear that she's lost you. She's going to feel fear. Okay, and she's going to panic pretty much. Okay, so this is the way that I saw it in my own experience. Okay, so I had an ex that decided that they wanted to try and come back into my life, okay? And we had dated for about 3 months. It was quite a short relationship. I don't even know if I really can call it an ex, really, but really call her an ex. But what happened was this, right? So we broke up. And then what happened is I believe that she could sense that I was over it, that I was done, because I hadn't reached out to her. And I think also because I really was done. I really was over it. And I think that's what was the most powerful thing. It's almost like women can sense these kinds of things. When you're just completely done, dusted, you're over it, you're not interested anymore. And what happened was this, right? So this is how you'll know if she has started to begin to fear losing you, okay? And she's feeling like she wants to be with you again, or she's feeling the loss of you. Okay, so what you'll see is something like this. So first of all, she tested the waters, and most women will do this. They're not going to come outright and say to you, I miss you, I want to get back together with you, I want to date you again. They're not going to be that open about it. They're not going to put their heart on their sleeve that much. What they'll do is they'll test the waters first. So the way that my ex did this was she re-added me on Facebook. So that was the first clue. So I accepted the friend request because at that point, I was just done. I thought that maybe she just wanted to stalk me. So I was like, fine, you can stalk me if you like, whatever. You see how great my life is if you want, if I'm that interesting. So I accepted the friend request. And then after a few days, maybe like 1 or 2 days, I didn't reach out to her. I didn't message her. All I did was accept the friend request. She reached out to me. She just sent me a message saying, hey, how are you? Now, in Corey Wayne's work, right? In Corey Wayne's book, he says that if a woman messages you, assume it means that she wants to see you. So this was sort of like how things started to work out for me, and how I started to sort of come clear on how powerful the no contact rule is, how powerful it is when you really are done with someone, and how it kind of tests their bluff, right? To see who's the one that's more invested in a way, if they still care about you. If your ex still cares about you, they're going to reach out to you eventually. And that's what happened. She reached out to me. Now, we almost met up again, just to give you further more into the story, but I realized that there's just absolutely no way I could be with her. Absolutely not. There was just no way, because there was some things about her personality that were just kind of real red flags. And basically what that was she was a compulsive liar. She just told me all these lies about her life that just were not true. And there was just no way that I could be with someone who was like that. Definitely not. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe if she had some kind of problem or issue, maybe she had some kind of autism, just wasn't neurodivergent in some way, but there was something that was just not quite right, especially when it came to this lying, this compulsive lying. And these weren't just little white lies like, oh, do I look fat in these jeans, honey? And she's like, oh, no. It wasn't like that kind of like white lie. It was like full on lying about her life. And I had no idea who she was, because she was, I don't know what else she could have lied about. I mean, you can't be with someone like that, right? Because, so she basically, the things that she lied about was she said that she had all these siblings that just did not exist. And she was a big fan of Formula One. And she told me that all of her siblings, she told me her siblings' names. And basically all of them were Formula One drivers, right? And I didn't realize that until I started to, like, you know, get more interested in her interests. And I was like, hang on a minute, you said, you know, what was one of them? But something with V, like Vatari or something like that. I can't remember. But I was like, what? You said your sibling was called that. And, you know, and there's a Formula One driver with this exact same name. There's no way. So anyway, that was one of the things that that was just one of the things that she was lying about. And I was like, I don't feel, there's something not quite right here. So I knew for sure that I didn't want to get back with her, but I did entertain the thought for a little bit. But I realized that I was probably just doing that out of boredom and not out of genuine interest of actually wanting to be with her. So it just wasn't fair to me or to her to like try and extend things and try and make it work, because there was just no way. There was just no way I could be with someone like that. But I think what helped her become more attracted to me, in a sense, that after the breakup, right, was the fact that I was done with it. Because I had thought about all these things about her personality that I just did not like that she was doing. So I was done. I was over it. I was ready to go and date other women. I was ready to go and meet other women. I was done and dusted. And so I think she could sense that. Okay. So if you want a woman to really feel the loss of you, you kind of have to get to a place where you're done. You have to get to the place where you are done with that connection, you're done with that relationship, you want to start afresh, you want to start a new chapter. Okay? And I don't think that can happen. I don't think a woman can come back into your life until she can really sense that that is where you're at. And that's what I found from my experience, okay? Maybe it doesn't need to be that dramatic. Maybe you could just apply the no contact rule and still hope that she's going to come back and remain strong. But the thing that really helps with being done is that you're not likely to make mistakes. Because when people start to apply things like the no contact rule, they often make mistakes if they're not fully into it, if their heart's not into it. If their heart is still with that woman, they're not going to apply it very well, okay? Because they're going to make mistakes. If half their heart is still into it and they're inclined to make mistakes, then what's going to happen is they're going to like message her one day, or they're going to watch her stories. They're going to accidentally like something because they've been scrolling on her social media page because they're still pining after her. You're going to make more mistakes. And that's essentially what's going to happen. You're going to make mistakes if you're not completely done with it. Now, it could be that you're really emotionally strong and you have the emotional self-restraint to not do those things, but it's not always likely. If you're still really heavily invested in her, it's likely that you're going to make mistakes. So you need to get to a place where you're done. And one of the things is to just think about things that you didn't like about her, right? And to try and get onto the path of thinking like, okay, there's better out there for me. I can find better. And I deserve better, and just to think about the things that you didn't like about her, so you can get to a place in your head where you actually like, oh yeah, you know what, there was a lot of things that she did that was actually really off-putting. Maybe there were some things that she did that actually disgusted you, and really think about those things, okay? And that's what's going to help. That's what's going to help you move on. And sometimes a woman won't come back until she can really sense and feel that you're done, that you're over it, okay? So that's basically how she's gonna feel, right? If that's what's happened, like if she's starting to feel the loss of you, she's gonna feel afraid. She's gonna feel like you're done. She's gonna feel like, oh my god, if I don't do something, I'm gonna lose him forever. And sometimes the only thing you can do, and the best place to be, is to be at that place where you truly are done. Okay, you're done with it and you're moving on with your life. So thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to get in touch with me personally and you'd like help with a specific situation, then please go to www.christinelovridge.com, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye.